Being a new rising star in the basketball world, her athletic journey actually began all the way back in her hometown.
Well, my mom has this piece of paper when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, and it has you write down all your dreams in these little bubbles. And I remember one of them was playing the WNBA and earn a basketball scholarship.
From her early days shooting hoops in the driveway to her standout performances on the high school courts, Clark's enthusiasm and passion for basketball were quite evident from the get-go. It was during these early years that she began to catch the eye with her exceptional skills and innate ability to dominate the game.
I think as a young girl, I was super competitive, and my parents always knew that, and I was always somebody that was driven by goals, and I think that's kind of remained the same throughout my life, whether it was in school, whether it was soccer, whether it was softball, whether it was track, really any sport I was doing, but especially in basketball, I always wanted to be the best.
Later on, making her way into her college career at the University of Iowa, Caitlin continued to capture attention with her amazing talent and relentless play ethic. As a leading player for the Iowa Hawkeyes, she broke many records and earned numerous awards, gaining recognition as one of the most promising prospects in women's basketball. Soon after her college career, the Indiana Fever selected her as the first overall pick in the WNBA draft. She wasted no time making her mark in the professional world. Despite the challenges that young athletes tend to face in their debut, she quickly overcame them all, making her way to the very top. Since her time playing at the University of Iowa, she's often been compared to some of the greatest players in basketball history, such as Cadence Parker and Steph Curry. Among the college records Clark broke was the most three-point shots made in a single season, a record previously held by the NBA's Steph Curry. She also became the all-time leading scorer in the NCAA for both men's and women's basketball while she was still in her college career.
Caitlin Clark becomes the all-time leading scorer in major college basketball history.
People are drawing many parallels, but her connection to Michael Jordan, however, has to do with the endorsement deal with Wilson. She's the first athlete since Jordan to secure such a deal with a sporting company, which he did when he was at the peak of his career in the 1980s and 90s playing for the Chicago Bulls. This has further heated the debate around her as Wilson recently took to social media stating, "Driveway, NCAA, WNBA, playing with Wilson since the journey began, now we're making it official. Welcome to Wilson basketball, Caitlin."
So they are really particular about who they want their ambassador to be, clearly.
She told Boardroom, "I loved that thing more than anything. My brothers and I would always fight over it. That was the best basketball." With the new partnership comes a basketball collection inspired by Clark, the first batch of which has already dropped. It marks the beginning of her first season in the WNBA. The basketball is gold and white with an imprint of her on it. It comes in 3 different styles, perfect for Clark fans and basketball collectors alike. In a statement expressing her excitement about the deal, Caitlin Clark talked about Wilson's impact on her basketball journey. She remarked, "Wilson has been with me across some of the most pivotal moments in my career so far. I couldn't be more excited to continue driving basketball forward alongside them. It feels surreal to have my own basketball collection." Clark also has a background in marketing education, which gives her a head start when it comes to making such decisions. She's also made various endorsement deals with sports brands like Nike, sports drink brand Gatorade, insurance firm State Farm, and more. With an impact and performance like hers, many are calling her the next Michael Jordan. Her rise to fame and celebrity status has been rather quick, with over 2.3 million Instagram followers. And her influence on the game has been dubbed the Caitlin Clark effect. Broadcaster Josh Schreiber just recently posted a video on X of the excited crowd in one of Clark's matches at the University of Iowa, stating, "Caitlin Clark really is the next Michael Jordan. What she's doing for women's basketball is exactly what MJ did years ago, and it's so exciting for women's basketball." Before she was even chosen by the Fever as the #1 pick in the WNBA draft, sports fans were already predicting that Clark would make an impact no matter what team she ended up in. Another fan on X said, "Wherever Caitlin Clark goes to play, it's a sellout. This is like Michael Jackson, like Michael Jordan. She's the biggest deal in sports and will be that for the foreseeable future." However, fans and critics have also criticized Clark's endorsement decisions. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy wrote on Twitter, now X, stating, "If people want to complain about Caitlin Clark getting screwed, complain about this. 8-year, $28 million deal is stealing. 8 years, $80 million minimum is her worth, and that's still probably too cheap. I hope she has an early opt-out if they don't pay up when she blows through this deal." In addition to these remarks, there have also been criticisms about Clark's team performance as a whole. As of now, the Fever's lost all 4 of its games so far this season. Clark herself has put up some good numbers, averaging 17 points per game, but the team has yet to win, which has led to some criticism of Clark specifically. Various former WNBA veterans have also spoken about Clark's weaknesses and how she still needs to learn a lot when it comes to the pro game. Clark herself commented on this while speaking to Today.
Just learning, but also don't lose the fun of it.
She said, "I think continuing to stack days, whether you learn one little thing or you learn a lot, I think continuing to improve is going to be the biggest part of it for myself," she added. While she obviously has a lot to learn, everything she's been able to achieve so far in just her early career is nothing short of extraordinary. With great athletes like Michael Jordan, they too had their good times and bad times, and that's really how an athlete learns, through their experience. Clark feels very proud and confident in her aspirations and goals for women's basketball. She thanked fans while speaking to ESPN. She said,
It means the world to me. People are spending so much time, money, and resources just to get in the door and watch us play, and the way the crowds scream, like, it's something that literally will never get old and something that I never take for granted. And
she's really been pushing women's basketball forward, and with her talent, determination, and an historic endorsement deal with Wilson, as Clark continues her way forward, inspiring countless others. As we look to the future, we can only wonder what new heights Caitlin Clark will reach next, and how she'll continue to shape the world of sports. This partnership not only marks a major step up in her career, but also represents a major step forward for women's basketball and the broader effort to achieve gender equality in sports. We hope you enjoyed this short stay with us. If you want to stay updated and on track, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on the notification bell. A thumbs up will also go a long way. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.